Can we win the war on terrorism? With the crisis in Iraq, it's important to have a discussion about the use of our government and the use of our military. Let's be honest, the only way to completely eradicate terrorism is to kill all human life on the planet. As long as humans are alive, they're going to do bad things. I think we should ask ourselves, how can we actually protect Americans here in our country? With the trillions of dollars that have been spent in Iraq and the billions of dollars that have been spent in our own country with Homeland Security, why are we asking ourselves these questions about how we can apply more money towards this problem? Maybe a better question is how to more effectively use that money that we're spending. The billions of dollars that are used here in our own country for Homeland Security should be enough to actually protect citizens. There's tons of data collection happening right now on innocent and peace-seeking Americans. Wouldn't that money be better spent actually looking at people in foreign countries that may want to do Americans harm? We're entering a dangerous era of a police state where Homeland Security has actually infiltrated many of our local police forces. You and I are doing nothing wrong. We should not be afraid of our government, and we should not be afraid of law enforcement. Homeland Security is being used to target our own citizens. There's even detention centers being built with the excuse that it's there in case of an emergency. And there's a war to take away your ability to protect yourself. But this terror that we have isn't from any type of terrorist in a foreign country. It's from our very own government. I believe in terrorists. I believe in terrorists all over the world that want to do all of us harm. But when our government becomes the terrorist in itself, we have to ask questions. I would love to win the war on terrorism, except that you can't unless you got rid of all human beings. Instead, I think it's very important for our country to look at a different way of actually protecting our country and our citizens. Instead of using these resources against our own Americans in our own country, Americans who have the right to speak against their government, Americans who have a right to privacy, Americans who have a right to a trial by a jury of their peers, we should be using these resources more efficiently and more effectively. If you believe in what I'm saying, please go to my website, Casada2014.com, and donate. Every single dollar goes towards reaching more people. I am putting myself out there. Will you stand behind me?